So in this video, I want to break down a cold email campaign that brought my client $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue from just one deal. And this was about a month ago, and we strictly used cold outbound to do this. So in this video, I thought it would be useful to break down how we approached building this campaign, from building the lead list to writing the copy to following up to call to action, everything in between, because I think we did it drastically differently that most companies and agencies approach cold email, and our results kind of reflect that. As you can see here on the right side, super targeted lead list of 63 people, 27% reply rate, 7 opportunities. Imagine if you could cold email 63 people and you would get 7 interested people to reply, right, to your offer. Then here 404 emails sent or leads contacted, 13% reply rate, 30 opportunities. So imagine sending cold email to 400 leads and getting 30 interested responses. 30 people raising their hand, hey, I'm interested in what you have to say. Pretty decent. Then 206, 3 opportunities. This was probably one of the worst campaigns that we sent. Still 9% reply rate, so can't complain there. 43 contacted, 8 opportunities. So again, 25% reply rate. I would say that's pretty good. And then 672 leads contacted, 13.5% reply rate, 18 opportunities. And lastly, 936 leads contacted, 19 opportunities with 11.6% reply rate. So as you can see, all these campaigns, by the way, were for the same company, for the same offer. I'm going to show you the copy and how we wrote the copy in a bit. But first, I want to go over what was the usual, process of writing cold emails and building campaigns, and what most people do. And, if you do any of this, I don't blame you, because that's what people on the internet are teaching, and that's what people who are just starting out are doing. So that's how it goes. So first, most people that build cold email campaigns, they start with Apollo or something similar, where the mindset there is the more leads you scrape, the better, right? But that couldn't be farther from true, but because the more companies you scrape, the more untargeted the list becomes, because you're obviously not filtering. And in the end, you end up with a list where a lot of companies are companies that would never work with you. Okay, so why would you scrape them, and why would you email them, right? And yet, mostly it's very untargeted, the list you get from Apollo with the basic and used to approach. then when you have the lead list scraped, what most people do is write one size fits all copy, maybe a couple of variations. You try to hack it with different wording, but that doesn't work. And it doesn't work because your lead list, it's not good, right? It's not targeted, it's not your ICP, right? And nowadays people will include some basic personalization, hoping that it would carry the whole email. Works for some industries, but mostly it just doesn't work. You get like 2-3% reply rate, and I guess many people are happy with 2-3%. And if you send like 5,000 emails per day, that's still plenty of leads. Me personally, I like to send way lower amount of emails, way less emails, and get way more responses, because I like to target more and not waste email sending capacity. Okay, that's besides the point. And usually in the one size fits all copy, there's very unattractive CTA with easy to say no to offer. For example, if you've been approached by lead generation agencies, you probably heard or read in your emails 30 calls or you don't pay, money back guarantee, this and that. And it's very easy to say no to that, because everyone's offering the same thing. On top of that, people are asking to book a call in the first email, which again, that's super easy to say no to. Why would I want to talk with you? I don't know you. Who even are you? What are you? Like, what do you do? That's not how you generate meetings and generate interest for your business. Okay. And then if by some magic you get positive replies, you throw them in automated subsequences, which completely kills your momentum. And you probably seen phrases like this, or even use them yourself. Bump to the top of your inbox, blah blah blah. relying on subsequences to book your calls, and in each subsequence including a link to Calendly. That's one way to get serious prospects to never book a call with you. Okay. So this approach, of course, it still works, and you get like, as I said, 2, 3, 4% reply rates, and you get some calls here and there. But that's I wouldn't. If you're serious about building cold outbound as a lead acquisition channel for your business, this is not how you want to do it. Okay. And again, this is how most people start and get their feet wet, but this is not how you build something that's predictable, something that you can actually scale. Okay. So now I'll show you the copy that we sent, and then we'll break down the copy step by step. Let's go here, sequences preview. It's very simple. And to give you some context while you're reading this, the company that we did this cold email campaign for was selling wholesale coffee, which means they were trying to find buyers who want to buy coffee by the container, right? Not small baggies. They want to sell coffee by the container, usually to roasters, hotels, everyone who buys huge amounts of coffee. Okay. So yeah, here, hello, first name. Recently found out that you're chief coffee officer of Hansel Origin Coffee, so the brand name. Was curious if your brand would be interested in trying out some varieties of Colombian coffee with high cup scores that we have. We're working with high altitude, sustainable Colombian farmers to source some of the best price versus quality coffee beans. We can offer savings because we have our own logistics company, can ship worldwide. Can I send you a brochure if you're interested? Some samples. Okay. So now let's break down why this works so well and why we got so many people raising their hand. Okay. So this is how you actually run a successful cold email campaign, or cold email campaign must have. So relevance in lead list. This is very important because if you segment the lead list, for example, by subcategories, sub-industries, and roles, and you have buying signals that you can, judge company's interest. For example, let's say you're selling SEO services. How would you know that the company actually would need SEO services? Well, one obvious thing you can do is look at their traffic analysis. And if their organic traffic has been going down for last 6 months, I'm sure they would be open to hear your proposal about increasing their organic traffic, because they remember how it was in their business when they had high traffic, and they are struggling now with low traffic. So if you find companies like that and you reach out to them, uh, your reply rates will be much better. For this campaign, what we did, we scraped brewers, hotels, like any type of company that recently imported a huge amount of coffee in the United States, and then we scraped, of course, purchasing managers within those companies, and that was our kind of buying signal. If they imported coffee recently, they would be interested to hear our pitch about better priced and better quality coffee. Okay. Segmentation. For smaller companies, we would email CEOs, founders. For bigger companies, we would email purchase managers. The copy, I think it varied slightly there. I'm not going to go through it now because mostly it was the same. But that's how we segmented it. So this cold email campaign was sent out before there were these crazy personalization options, and before Clay and all that good stuff. So here we just used variables for most of the personalization. Here it's here in the first line, breaking down the personalization bit, I'm saying chief coffee officer of their brand. It's kind of a cheeky joke here. Then, of course, including their brand name, but nowadays you can personalize much more better. And this just kind of shows that you can get by without doing some crazy personalizations, right? Without digging through LinkedIn and stuff like that. This is just using custom variables. So then understanding, this means that you show in your writing that you understand their industry. Here it shows right here, we're working with high altitude sustainable, because sustainable was kind of in vogue at that time. I guess it still is now. So everyone wants to be sustainable. Everyone wants their coffee to be traceable, single origin, stuff like that. So this just shows that we understand what they actually want, and by extension, what their consumers want. And then, of course, the best price versus quality coffee beans. I don't know what it says coffee two times here, but anyways, this is very important because usually with commodities, price is very important, and coffee is commodity. And if you have the best price, you usually win the deal, right? As long as your quality is the same. So that's the copy bit. Relevance in copy is very, very important, showing that you understand their industry, using their lingo will take you much farther than just blunt LinkedIn personalization mentioning their university and past roles. Okay. Next, this is where the magic happens and where most people, I would just be blunt, fuck up royally. Okay. So relevancy in CTA and relevancy in the lead magnet. So here, all we have in the CTA is, can I send a brochure, and if you're interested, some samples. Let me ask you, is this easy to say yes or easy to say no offer? Of course, it's easy to say yes offer, especially if you're making these kind of wild claims that you have like best quality and best price. Okay. And also, it's very low pressure. We're not asking prospect to jump on a call. We're merely asking them their permission to send over a brochure, a PDF brochure, and if they're interested in what they see in the brochure, some samples. And this, I would say, is the biggest part of the whole email, especially in this instance, because it's such a low pressure CTA. It's very hard. It's very hard to say no to. Okay, especially if you're in the business, and especially if you're interested in purchasing more coffee and improving your quality. Okay. So yeah, that's how we approached writing the copy. There's one more last step where I see people really mess up their cold email campaigns, especially the ones that are working or somewhat working. When you have someone that raises their hand and says, I'm interested, please send over your lead magnet, your free resource, your free video, your Loom video, whatever you offer for free. Someone raises their hand, you send it over, and what do? You say, oh, book a call, here's the video, book a call. Okay. That doesn't work because that's an automated response, and you're leaving on the table the opportunity to research the prospects that raise their hand, write a more personalized answer. You can look at their website traffic, and you can look at their, I don't know, backlink profile. You can look at the news, what they're doing. You can look at their case studies, mention their case studies, and you can mention a whole lot of things. If someone raised their hand to your initial email, if someone shows interest to what you have said initially. So don't waste that opportunity by just sending a link and a call booking page. Okay, you're just leaving opportunities on the table that way. So yeah, here we want researched answers. You want to look at the company that showed interest, and you want to mention things they're doing, things you think they could improve, things that are working well for them, depending on what you offer. So let's say SEO, let's use that as an example. You can look at their backlink profile. Oh, you lost so many backlinks. Maybe that's the reason why your traffic is down. Are you open to going through a free analysis that we made for you in a quick call? That would be much better than just having a free resource and then linking to a call. So yeah, that's on a high level how we did it. Just, I would say the two most important parts are having a laser focused, laser targeted lead list, and having easy to say yes to offer in your email, whether it's a lead magnet or something else, or a free audit. You want something that's super easy to say yes to in the email. And if you're wondering about how to get super targeted lead list, one option is a project that I'm building right now, which is actually called Potion Leads. And what we're doing here is we're looking at 20,000 different data sources, And based on many different signals, we're finding companies that are currently looking to outsource SEO, branding, marketing, paid ads, Google ads, software development, and a whole bunch of other things. In this list of companies, there are B2B SaaS companies, which I think is the majority. There's B2C SaaS, there's e-commerce companies, and there's some enterprise companies. Enterprise meaning they target huge companies, and they have a small target market. So yeah, if you're this is from another example that we run on smart lead. 15% reply rate, 8% reply rate, all emailing leads from these lists. I've been using this kind of approach internally in my agency to find companies that are looking, you know, for things that you can solve right now. So they're looking for solutions that you offer right now. So there's a bunch of signals you can filter companies by to find that. And to be honest with you, it's costing me a lot of money to run these lists. So I thought I'll be cheeky and create a service. So if you're an agency owner and if you sell branding, SEO, paid ads, lead generation, something like that, uh, yeah, you can sign up for free right here. So yeah, if you're interested, feel free to check out Potion Leads. I'll leave the link in the description. And yeah, let me know what you think. So yeah, I guess that about wraps up the video. If you found this valuable, feel free to subscribe, check out Potion, and yeah, see you in the next one.